The opening battle of Revenge of the Sith contains a literal kitchen sink hidden inside an explosion. George Lucas confirmed it on the DVD commentary. These are 20 hidden details you completely missed in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Number 20. The Battle of Coruscant opens with explosions and colliding starships that most viewers absorb as spectacle. Watch more carefully. When a Banking Clan frigate detonates early in the sequence, the camera tracks a chunk of debris punching into a Republic cruiser. That chunk is a literal kitchen sink. An ILM crew member added it after joking the shot had everything but the kitchen sink. Director George Lucas confirmed it on the DVD commentary. Look at the Republic cruiser hull during the first major explosion in the opening minutes. The debris is visible if you pause the frame. The battle is not chaos. It is a curated sequence full of planted decisions. The same battle hides another Easter egg connecting to Lucas's career before Star Wars existed. Number 19. The Battle of Coruscant's wide tracking sequence feels like a brand new kind of Star Wars combat. It was not accidental. Lucas and ILM deliberately framed the Republic battleships to mirror the Imperial Star Destroyer from A New Hope's opening shot, creating a visual bookend across 6 films. J.W. Rinsler's book The Making of Revenge of the Sith documents this decision directly. Watch the Venator-class cruiser fill the frame overhead in the film's first 10 seconds. Compare that shot to A New Hope's opening. The shape, angle, and mass are identical by design. What looked like a fresh beginning was engineered as a reunion. The same battle conceals a number Lucas has embedded in every Star Wars film he directed. Number 18. The clone armies appear under designation codes that read as military shorthand. One is a personal signature. The clone commander who carries out Order 66 on Mygeeto holds the designation CC-1138, a reference to THX-1138, Lucas's 1971 debut feature. That number appears across the saga as a recurring directorial mark. According to Lucasfilm production documentation, 1138 appears in every Star Wars film Lucas directed. Tiny LED markings on clone helmet backs reportedly display the same number in battle sequences. Look at the backs of clone helmets in any mid-range Utapau or Kashyyyk shot. The signature is embedded in the design every clone army scene doubles as a hidden directorial credit. Those armies held a second secret no one suspected while watching them cross every planet. Number 17. The clone armies appear in dozens of scenes, alongside live actors, and feel physically present on screen. Not a single clone suit was ever built for this film. Every Phase 2 trooper is a digital creation. No wearable clone armor was manufactured until the Obi-Wan Kenobi series in 2022. The crew built 8 Wookiee suits for Kashyyyk, worn by Australian basketball players, with props swapped between performers to suggest a larger group. StarWars.com, quote, S official production fact list confirms both decisions. Watch clone troopers in any mid-range Utapau shot and notice they never physically touch ground surfaces. What reads as grounded practical filmmaking was built entirely in post-production. The most important sound layered over those digital armies came from an equally unexpected personal source. Number 16. General Grievous's wheeze runs through every scene he appears in and reads as a deliberate alien design choice. It was not designed at all. Lucas had bronchitis during production and coughed into a microphone. Sound supervisor Matthew Wood incorporated that recording into Grievous's voice design, building the entire respiratory quality of the character around it. StarWars.com, quote, official production notes confirm this origin. Listen to Grievous during the Utapau sequence. The wet mechanical quality of every breath is a real sick person's cough processed through sound engineering. What audiences received as alien vocal design is a director's head cold preserved in the final film. The situation became more complicated when the rest of Grievous's voice turned out to belong to someone never originally intended to deliver it. Number 15. Matthew Wood's voice defines Grievous and feels like the obvious choice. Actor Gary Oldman was cast, directed by Lucas, and completed full voice recordings before the production needed a replacement. The film was non-SAG, shooting in Australia and the United Kingdom, and Oldman did not want to be seen as opposing union agreements. Wood submitted his audition anonymously under the pseudonym A.S., a reference to Alan Smithee, the traditional placeholder for uncredited Hollywood work. Lucas evaluated it without knowing who submitted. Oldman confirmed this on the Happy Sad Confused podcast in 2022. Watch any Grievous scene knowing a completely different recording existed. The voice audiences know was built from a submission under a fake name. Grievous was not the only role nearly given to someone entirely different. Number 14. Hayden Christensen owns Anakin Skywalker so completely that another choice is difficult to picture. Actor Leonardo DiCaprio confirmed in a Shortlist magazine interview that he met with Lucas about playing Anakin across episodes 2 and 3, and declined, saying he did not feel ready for that scale. Approximately 1,500 candidates were reviewed before Christensen was selected. Lucas told production he needed someone who carried the presence of the dark side naturally. Watch Christensen's first scene returning to Coruscant and notice the tension he projects before any dialogue. That quality was what Lucas searched for across months of casting. Christensen found it. He then fought to claim one physical element of the role that production had never planned to offer him. Number 13. When Vader rises from the operating table, the figure on screen seems a seamless continuation of the same character. Christensen pleaded with Lucas to build a custom Vader suit fitted to his body rather than using a taller stand-in. The suit required shoe lift extensions to reach Vader's canonical height of 6 feet 6 inches. Because the helmet's eye ports did not align with Christensen's face, he navigated the sequence by looking through the mouthpiece opening. Everything he observed, he was seeing through a slit at mouth level. Watch the Vader awakening and notice the slight forward tilt of the helmet. That is an actor navigating with severely restricted vision. He fought to be inside that suit and performed nearly blind. The scene itself came from a completely different film. Number 12. The operating table sequence feels like the culmination of the prequel trilogy. Its staging came from a 1931 monster film. Lucas confirmed on the DVD commentary that Vader's awakening was modeled on the creature's emergence in director James Whale's Frankenstein. The broken restraints, the staggered steps, and camera positioning were reverse engineered from Whale's original blocking. David Prowse, the original Vader body performer, had himself appeared in Hammer Studios' Frankenstein productions. Lucas built the tribute with that history in mind. Look at the restraints breaking away and the first steps forward. The blocking mirrors the 1931 sequence deliberately. The birth of cinema's most recognizable villain was staged as a tribute to cinema's most iconic monster. Hidden on that same table is a detail almost no viewer has ever noticed. Number 11. The operating table scene is filmed as a clinical and contained sequence. Watch the camera pull back as Vader rises. The surface he is lying on reveals the shape of the Imperial crest. The Galactic Empire's logo is embedded in the table's design, visible only during the full wide pullback shot. Production designer Gavin Bouquet confirmed this was deliberate, documented in Lucasfilm behind-the-scenes materials. Look at the complete shape of the operating surface the moment Vader stands. The emblem is there. Vader was not placed on a medical table. He was placed on the Empire's own symbol, marking his transformation as institutional rather than personal. The Darth Plagueis speech that set this transformation in motion was written by someone whose name appears nowhere in this film's credits. Number 10. The Darth Plagueis monologue is considered the strongest piece of writing in the prequel trilogy. Playwright Tom Stoppard performed an uncredited script polish on Revenge of the Sith. Stoppard told Time Out in 2014 that he interfered with Lucas's script in a mild way. Multiple industry sources attributed both the Plagueis speech and the Senate line, "So this is how liberty dies," with thunderous applause, to his work. Listen to the Plagueis monologue and then the applause line in the Senate. Both carry a register measurably different from surrounding dialogue. The lines most audiences quote may belong to a playwright working entirely out of view. The opera scene exists only because Lucas realized mid-rehearsal he had filmed too many conversations in the same room. Number 9. The Galactic Opera House is one of the film's most distinctive settings. It was assembled in hours. Lucas realized during rehearsal that he had filmed 5 separate scenes in Palpatine's office. He restaged the Plagueis conversation as an opera attendance with roughly 4 hours of lead time. 3 chairs from Palpatine's set were repainted and rebacked overnight. Actor Ian McDiarmid confirmed this at Star Wars Celebration in 2017. And J.W. Rinsler documented it in The Making of Revenge of the Sith. Look at the seating in Palpatine's opera box. Those chairs share their construction with the office furniture throughout the film. The most consequential seduction in the saga was built from repainted furniture in under a day. McDiarmid was also carrying a physical condition no viewer knew about. Number 8. Palpatine's low, conspiratorial delivery in the opera house reads as a calibrated performance. It was partly an accident. Actor Ian McDiarmid confirmed in a 2025 Variety interview that he had genuine laryngitis the day the Plagueis monologue was filmed. The distinctive hoarse quality of every line is a performer working while genuinely unwell. Lucas kept the take because the strained voice gave the scene an intimacy a healthy delivery might not have produced. Listen to the texture of McDiarmid's voice across the opera sequence. The strain is audible on every line. Palpatine's most persuasive moment in the saga was shaped by a condition the actor could not control on the day. That same film also depended on a second uncredited director for 2 of its most complex sequences. Number 7. The Mustafar duel and the Yoda vs. Sidious Senate battle are the film's 2 most complex sequences. Lucas did not design them alone. Director Steven Spielberg directed the pre-visualization animatics that served as the structural blueprint for both fights before any live-action or final visual effects were produced. StarWars.com quote, as official production notes confirmed his involvement. An unused Spielberg animatic for the Senate duel included broadcasting the fight live across the HoloNet galaxy-wide, a sequence cut before filming. Watch the Senate chamber battle and the Mustafar confrontation and pay attention to the rhythm of camera changes throughout. That language was built by a different filmmaker working from Lucas's story. The Mustafar set itself held a production record never challenged in the franchise's history. Number 6. Mustafar reads on screen as a sweeping digital environment. It has a physical foundation. ILM model maker Brian Gernand built a miniature measuring 33 feet long, 18 feet wide, and 7 feet high, the largest scale model in Star Wars history. The lava flowing through it was approximately 15,000 gallons of methylcellulose food additive, tinted and backlit to glow. Lucas sent camera operators to Sicily during Mount Etna's 2002 eruption, and ILM composited that genuine volcanic footage directly into the duel backgrounds. Look at the wide Mustafar landscape shots early in the duel. Parts of that footage contain actual Earth geology from a genuine eruption. It includes footage from a real European volcano, and completing that duel required an effort that stands alone in franchise history. Number 5. The Anakin versus Obi-Wan confrontation runs for several minutes and feels continuous. The numbers behind one segment are staggering. The within-a-minute documentary produced by Lucasfilm revealed that 49 seconds of the climactic exchange required 910 visual effects artists and 70,441 total man-hours to complete. That covers compositing, animation, lighting, and environment rendering for one unbroken window of footage. The film also set the world record for most visual effects shots at release, exceeding 2,150. Pick any 49-second window inside the Mustafar duel. Every frame required the combined labor of nearly 1,000 artists working for months. This is the saga's most labor-intensive segment of footage. While that duel was being assembled, the film's most consequential political subplot was being quietly removed from the story entirely. Number 4. The Rebel Alliance appears to have no visible origin inside Revenge of the Sith. It does. A filmed sequence called The Delegation of 2000 showed Senators Bail Organa, Padme, and others forming the political seed of the rebellion in Padme's apartment. It was cut to keep focus on Anakin's arc. Actress Genevieve O'Reilly's debut as Mon Mothma was entirely within that removed sequence. O'Reilly's entire Star Wars career, spanning Rogue One, Rebels, Andor, and Ahsoka, began in footage this film cut for pacing. Look for Organa and Senators around a curved table in Padme's apartment in DVD extras. Every story about the rebellion's founding traces back to that removed scene. Another visible character connects directly to the original trilogy in a way most viewers would never catch. Number 3. When Anakin and Obi-Wan return Palpatine to Coruscant, the landing platforms hold generic starships. One is not generic? Lucas confirmed on the DVD commentary that one vessel is a digital Millennium Falcon placed there by ILM artist Alex Yeager. Yeager reverse-engineered the design to look newer, removing burn marks and adding a green paint stripe to the hull. The Falcon appears in a wide shot of the Senate platform after the rescue. Pause on the widest shot and look at the far left edge of the docking bays during Palpatine's return. That vessel was on screen the moment the Empire was declared. The ship that would define the original trilogy appeared in this film first. The film's final sequence hides one more detail most viewers have never found. Number 2. Padme's funeral procession through Naboo reads as a ceremony of mourning. It was also a deliberate deception. The Revenge of the Sith novelization by writer Matthew Stover, drawing on Lucas's conception, establishes that Yoda ordered Padme's body prepared to appear still pregnant, making the Empire believe the children died with her. Costume designer Tricia Bigger confirmed in her book Dressing a Galaxy that the funeral gown was modeled on John Everett Millet's painting Ophelia. Look at Padme's hands during the procession close-up. She holds the Japper snippet carving Anakin made for her as a child in The Phantom Menace. Every costume and prop in that procession was part of a plan to protect two children the Empire would never find. Those twins were played by a single person. Number 1. The close-up shots of the newborn Luke and Leia are among the most emotionally resonant images in the saga. Both of them are the same child. Editor Roger Barton offered his 2-month-old son Aiden Barton to play both twins when the production considered using a doll. Lucas accepted. Aiden appears twice, once as Luke and once as Leia, in separate costumes as two characters whose paths will not cross until Return of the Jedi. Aiden confirmed this in a Looper interview. Watch the close-up of Luke handed to Owen Lars, and the close-up of Leia arriving on Alderaan. That is the same face, filmed twice, placed inside two separate endings. The twins whose division defines the saga were embodied by one person, visible on screen and never announced. Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith contains a kitchen sink in its opening battle, a playwright without credit, a falcon no one announced, and a baby who played two characters at once. Every scene rewards a second viewing. The production left a map inside the movie. Which hidden detail surprised you most? And what film should we open next?